Is this being filmed the day before it's uploaded? You'll never know. Yeah, it's being filmed the day before it's uploaded. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you've been following me for a while, or you're just one of my friends or family, hi mom, you know that I've been on YouTube for a very long time. I made my first YouTube channel in 2009 and later uploaded my first ever video in January of 2010. I was 12. Why did I do this to myself? I thought this video was supposed to be about where your channel is going. Chill out, I'm getting there. I bring all of this up to say that in order to best assess where I'm going, it might be fun to take a little trip down Cringe Avenue and see where I've been. I'm not going to be watching and reacting to my old videos because that involves me watching my old videos and oh my god. But I will be talking about some different things that inspired me over those years because I have stopped and restarted making videos several times in the past. Oh my god, it has been 13 years. Ew! Who knows? Maybe I'll put in some old photos of me during those time cards so we can just embrace the cringe together. So from like 2009 to 2011, there were a few channels that really had a vice grip on my attention, and those were Shane Dawson, Fred, and Liam Kyle Sullivan. Liam Kyle Sullivan, if you don't remember, is the guy who created the character Kelly and did the shoes and muffins videos. Those were like the most popular things among my group of friends when I was like 11 or 12. But the biggest things that were inspiring my classmates who were starting to make YouTube videos at the time was definitely like Fred and Shane Dawson. So my early videos really reflected that style. Like if you were there, hi, it's been a minute. But my early videos were very erratic and random and loud. Oh my god, why was I so loud? I'm basically just trying to emulate that style in hopes that I would get as popular as Fred was for doing the same thing. What I didn't realize at the time is he already had cornered that market, so there wasn't really a point in doing the same thing. But that didn't stop me and my friends from trying. Oh god. I was of course watching other people too, like Jess Lizama, Olga K, Brittany Louise Taylor, Smosh. I was just getting into at that time as well, probably around like 2010, I think. I still remember the first Smosh video I ever watched. It's kind of random, but it was the one where they like replaced the Tooth Fairy. I don't know why I remember this so vividly, but that is the very first Smosh video I ever watched. Another thing that was really popular around that time for me and my friends was the show iCarly was just starting to air, and that was all about wacky, random comedy. So of course we all wanted to emulate that style in our own videos in hopes of getting popular, because that's all anyone cared about was getting popular. So for a lot of that time, I was trend chasing. Another big thing that was popular around my school was Webkinz. And people who made videos about Webkinz were pretty cool, so I tried making videos about Webkinz to get cool, and it didn't work. And there are a few channels in there that I still watch to this day, not the Webkinz channels, but just other YouTube channels that I started watching back then that I still watch today. There's maybe like 2 or 3 that I still watch, and that is Jack's Films, Smosh, and Philip DeFranco. Smosh was still scripted, but had a very wacky, lol, random vibe to it that a lot of people were gravitating towards either watching or making that style of content. Jack's Films parodies are still some of the most hilarious videos that I've ever seen. Like, WTF Blanket is still one of my favorite videos ever. And Your Grammar Sucks, I will go back and rewatch that series just to have a good time. And as far as the Philip DeFranco show, I've been watching since... Okay, this is a weird story, but follow with me. I loved Dave Days. I was obsessed with Dave Days. And there was a video of Dave Days, Charles Trippy, and Philip DeFranco doing an acoustic cover of Paper Planes by MIA. And that was my first introduction to Philip DeFranco. It seems so random because, like, he's not a music guy, he's a news guy. So why do I know him from a music type video? I don't know. It's the weird interconnectivity of the internet. I think the fact that I can't really put my finger on a specific video of mine from that time that I can look back on fondly and be proud of is a pretty good indicator that I had no plan in making YouTube videos. I just wanted to make them to be popular and be lol random funny. God, I was 12. Why did I do that to myself? I opened myself up to the internet at 12 years old. Dear God, what was wrong with me? 2012 to 2014 was an era where I was watching a lot of doll YouTubers and review content. And that was something that I wanted to emulate, but I was also watching and was really engaged with that hobby. I loved Monster High when it came out, and I was a little outside of the age demographic for it when it released, but I didn't really care. They just looked super cool, and I've never really gotten out of my doll phase, so I was getting those dolls, and I was watching people who also enjoyed those dolls because I couldn't talk to anybody about it because I was a cringy teenager. But I was watching people like My Froggy Stuff, Claudina9. I think that was when I started watching Hextian as well, because he was doing a lot of just facing up the original Monster High characters and the Ever After High characters. And along with all of the Monster High and doll videos I was watching a lot of Disney YouTubers because I love Disney. The mouse owns my soul. There were a few different people I was watching. Adam Rucker, who doesn't make videos about Disney exclusively anymore, but I just loved his YouTube videos with him going to Disney parks with his friends. I thought his friends were really cool, and it kind of felt like I was going to the parks with my friends at the time. And also the group that became formerly known as the Thingamavlogs, like Sarah Sterling, Leo Camacho, Tiffany Mink, and Patrick Dougal. I was watching a lot of their videos as well. I actually met the Thingamavlogs at a meetup in San Francisco, here. And I was basically watching the people that I wanted to be. I wanted to be going to Disneyland all the time and making videos about Disneyland for a living, or making doll stuff and getting paid to make doll stuff. I think that was kind of the first time I realized I wanted to design my own line of dolls, which is something I've been working on for the past few years. And still, of course, watching my comedy. At that point, I was starting to integrate in, like, Swoozy. Oh, Swoozy. Adonde, you're not watching, but I still like your videos, man. Thanks for still following me on Twitter. Pretty sure at that point I'd fallen off of the Shane Dawson train, which, good call. But another series I picked up on was Astiff Movie and videos by Tom Scott, which I still watch to this day. I was less focused on making good videos and focused on being a kid. As I entered high school, I did get bullied for the videos that I made. I mean, I got my first death threat at 12 years old, so no, don't do that. But yeah, when I would make a YouTube video, I would get mercilessly teased for it, and it didn't feel good, so making videos didn't feel good. So unless I was like making a Monster High doll review or some sort of craft, or even like if it was a school project, I would make videos, but I wasn't too focused on making good YouTube videos at that time. 2015, my senior year of high school, which means I wasn't really making too many videos. I feel like I'm conflating years and eras of YouTube, but this is what I have written down, so I'm gonna stick with it. At that point, I was watching a lot of gaming YouTubers. I think 2015 was the year that Five Nights at Freddy's came out, so that was when like Markiplier first came onto my radar, and he was super funny, so everyone was watching Markiplier, so I started watching Markiplier. But I was still watching Jack's films and Smosh games in particular. I was watching a lot of Smosh games. I still love Mario Craft with my entire being. Still watching YGS. Starting to watch Yai, because that came out in 2015, 2016. Me and editing put the year up somewhere because I don't remember exactly. I would occasionally watch videos from other people, like I had been watching Domix for a while at that point and would still pop into his videos. I wasn't really integrating new people into my little Rolodex of YouTubers. I was kind of more focused on my grades and my senior year of high school. So a lot of my videos at that point were like school projects and random little things. One of the videos in there that I'm most proud of is my freshman year English project on Greek myths and legends, and I did a like 15-minute video about Persephone, and I was really proud of that video. And while I still wanted to make videos, I didn't really make the time for it. I was a distracted kid. I'm still very distracted. There's a dog barking outside and that's distracting me. But I also really started to dive deep into watching doll YouTubers like Delightful, Doll Motion, Moonlight Jewel, Hextian again, because I feel like in the back of my mind I knew what I wanted to do, but I wasn't in a mindset and surrounded by people that would have been supportive of that, so I didn't really do anything about it. However, during this little span between 2015 and 2018, I started college. And in college, I was a busy bee. I was in theater classes and pursuing my passion of acting, and I decided that that was the year, I believe it was my sophomore year, that I wanted to do Vlogmas. And so I did Vlogmas, and it was a lot of fun. It kind of reinvigorated making YouTube videos in me and that feeling that I loved from making YouTube videos, and it was a good time, but dear God, did I run out of ideas at some point. Like, I did an ASMR Urban Decay palette review, and of course, it was the naked palettes, and that search got optimized because it was ASMR and naked in the title, so got some weird comments on that one. But I also got reintroduced to my love of performing. I had a video of my dance recital, which I hadn't had a dance recital since I was like 10, and it felt good. And I had my final project, my Acting 2 final project, which was Rockstar, where I did an impersonation, a bad impersonation, mind you, of Kesha, and lip synced to Blow, which was an excellent song choice. And I had so much fun. That month of making videos was a great time, and it really reminded me why I liked making YouTube videos in the first place. Not so much to get popular, but just because I like being on camera. As vain as that sounds, I like making YouTube videos, and now I love making short films with my friends, and I love making these videos. Like, I'm so happy to be making videos again, and doing that Vlogmas that year in college and a little bit the next year as well just reminded me why I love making YouTube videos and why I love YouTube as a whole, because anyone can make these things at any quality and just have a good time because it's about making them. So after 2018, after I graduated from college, I moved down to the LA, Orange County area for university, and that was my focus. I wasn't really making videos at that time. There may be like one or two sprinkled in there, but I wasn't focused on making YouTube videos. I was focused on school and I was focused on working. I was still consuming YouTube, of course. Like, I, to this day, probably watch YouTube more than I do traditional television, and I feel like a lot of people my age can say that. But also around 2019, 2020 was when I discovered TikTok. And I could act on TikTok, and I could have scene partners in TikTok because of the duets. And that was a really awesome feeling that I could act in little scenes, like 30-second scenes with a scene partner, and not have to pay for acting classes and just do these things for fun and make my own characters. If any of you are familiar, I did a mafia character when that was a popular thing, and I made a Hogwarts professor when that was a popular thing. I was never popular on those things, but hey, I had fun.
And then COVID.
I was making a ton of TikToks. I wanted to make a ton of TikToks, and I was having some fun with it. I was making my own storylines, even though people weren't paying attention to them, and that wasn't really the point. The point was I was having fun with a character that I made. And also around that time was when I started playing D&D with my friends and making more characters and kind of getting into D&D content. I don't regularly watch like Critical Role or anything like that, but I am familiar with it now, and I have watched their entire Handbook or Helper series because I need help. For those escapades, I do want to link my friend Jem's page down below. She has made little animatics of sound bites from our campaigns, which are absolutely hilarious in my opinion. And if you want to follow the exploits of the Loft Marbles, check her out. My focuses as far as YouTube were more storytelling, talking at the camera type videos with maybe some fun editing thrown in there, maybe having a topic for your video and just brain dumping about that. But again, I wasn't super focused on making my own videos. I was watching a ton of YouTube and wishing I could do those things. And it wasn't until this past year that I sat up and realized I can make those things. I've made those things. Why can't I just make those things again? Which finally brings us to today. In June of 2023, I sat down with my phone on a stack of boxes and made a YouTube video updating my mental health because I was at an all-time low. I wanted to make content about my mental health journey as a way to hold myself accountable and check in with myself and have people check in with me, because the only way I was going to do it was if other people wanted me to do it and needed me to do it, because I suck at self-discipline. So I thought that making a YouTube series documenting my mental health journey would be a great idea. And then I remembered it's my mental health journey and my brain isn't happy with me all the time. I was in a deep depression for months leading up to that video. Like, that was me on a good day. And the thing is, I filmed things. I did make videos. I have a couple of videos that I filmed like in a couple of days and just split into different videos so that I could stockpile content. And I realized that system doesn't work for me. I can't really stockpile content because then it's just going to sit in my editing software and never get finished, which is why I came up with the idea jar. Recently, the videos I've been gravitating to are people like Tomska still. Like, I'm rediscovering Tomska videos, and particularly Tomska and Friends, where he does like content and tryhards and like, again, like talking at the camera videos. I've also been watching several video essayists, I will say, particularly Eddie Burback and his channel Burback with his brother, and Ted Nivison. And I'm just getting into Drew Gooden's videos, like that little like group of boys, yeah. I was introduced to them through Jack's Films videos and his collaborations, and I was like, okay, I'll check them out. And that's like exactly the type of stuff that I want to make, is just talking at the camera about a topic and maybe doing occasional adventure-y things. Like we all saw going to every Margaritaville. We saw going to every Rainforest Cafe. I'm not equipped to do that shit, but that was amazing. So now I just want to make videos that make me happy, that make me laugh, that really showcase my personality without putting on a character. Because while I am an actor, I think that the best person to be is yourself. That's the cheesiest fucking thing ever, but hey, you can put that on a t-shirt. So that's what I want to do. I want to take the idea jar and make those videos, because that is a great jumping off point for me to stay engaged with my content, to still have the variety that I want, because I have so many ideas that just stockpile in my brain that I can't make all at once. This is a way that they get made, and I stay creatively stimulated, and I'm happy, and I get to do something that I love, which is make YouTube videos mostly for myself, because I just love filming and I love editing and I love writing scripts. And if I can turn this into something later, then awesome. If not, the only person's time that I'm wasting is my own. And I had the day off today anyway, so who cares? So all of this to say, where am I going with this? Wherever I want. This YouTube channel, Shelby Lane, is whatever I want it to be. It is not tied down by a genre, by a preconceived notion of what I should be doing. It's not influenced by any specific character or caricature of me. It's inspired by my own ideas and the things that I see around me. And while I can be influenced by the styles of some people that I watch, I'm not trying to be them. I'm not trying to recreate their content with a different coat of paint. A really cheap coat of paint, mind you. This channel is a hodgepodge of whatever I decide to make that bi-weekly video. That is exciting. It's really exciting. It's really invigorating. Like I'm looking at the idea jar right now, and I know I'm getting to the point in the video where I have to pick out an idea, and I'm really excited to do that. That is awesome. That is a feeling I have not had in years, being excited to make videos and have a plan to make content in a way that I've always wanted to. Ever since the very beginning, I wanted to make weekly fun videos, and bi-weekly is enough. Don't don't ask me to start making more than 2 videos a month, please. I need to sleep. But I'm excited about where I'm going because I have a more serious plan in that I have ideas. Do I know which one I'm going to make next? Absolutely not, but I know it's gonna be fun. And hopefully you are on that ride with me. And now it's time to get the jar. One of the interesting things about this little jar is that whenever I get an idea, I just write it down and put it in there. I made some of these quite a while ago. So if I pick it out and I don't end up loving it, I'm not passionate about that idea anymore, I can just check it and find a new one. You guys will never know. Except that I just told you. Forget I said anything. Here we go. Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this. Oh my god. Okay, this is going to be so fun. So look forward to that video coming out on November 17th, right here on Shelby Lane. So if you're excited about the future of this channel as much as I am, which I hope you are just a little bit, go ahead and subscribe and follow my other socials, which are linked down below. If you want to find those old videos and embrace the cringe, go ahead and look for them on that other channel. It's linked below as well. But for now, I'm going to say thanks for watching, and I hope you join me for whatever this channel has in store next. Bye. We'll wait for you. This is what I get for being awake during the day.